serve, and I think it's been an exciting year in many ways. I wanted to share with you our graduation. We were talking about that the other day, and we had a total of 5 graduations, as you on the Board of Trustees know well. And Betty Stringfellow also knows well, because that's quite a few, and it's based on the number of students that we have. We had 4 graduations in Magnolia and 1 at SAU Tech in East Camden, and it was quite a couple of days. 649 students will graduate from Southern Arkansas University Magnolia. We had over 220 that graduated from SAU Tech. As you can see, if you look at the SAU picture there in the back, we have people standing up all across the back. Now, part of that may have been the result of the weather. We don't know if some people came early, maybe that we're going to be in the 8:30 session or not. But it was a heck of a crowd. Same thing at SAU Tech, with over 220 graduating, and we graduated First Baptist Church there on Cash Road. And next year, we'll be in a little different location. That's going to be very nice, but the air conditioning system there really just can't handle that number of individuals. I want to show you where we'll be next year. This is the new SAU Tech Student Center. It's over $7.2 million worth, and I'll say this is something that was made possible, gentlemen on the Board of Trustees, by the whole university working together to make this happen. It took a rather two-pronged bond issue. Took us to do that, a $10 million and a $2 million. And the net result of that was, I think, a tremendous facility that is hooked on to the existing area where we used to have graduation. Look inside here and you can see, quite impressed, and I want to compliment the staff and faculty at SAU Tech for the good work in the design and engineering part of this, because I think we've come up with a really good facility. The new Student Center Food Service area, and of course here's where the graduation will be held next year. And I understand it will hold 2,100 individuals in chairs, so it's very nice, and I think you will thoroughly enjoy it. Air conditioned for the first time, and same thing that we have in the Watson Center, air conditioned for the first time, by the way, in its history. So we'll have 2 air conditioned venues to have our graduations in the future. I was just over at Harrod Hall this morning, and of course that's when you're looking at Oak Street, that's the one on the right, just kind of to the back on the right. We put a nice new Georgian roof on it several years ago, and we're going in and rebuilding all of the bathrooms because they hadn't been touched since 1965, and they're being redone, and we think it's going to make a tremendous difference. Dr. Allen wants to see some additional renovations there so that we end up having basically a nice looking, a little older, but with a lot of character and newer materials all across the residence hall. We did this in Bussey Hall several years ago, and it really turned out nice. And we hope it'll do the same thing here, because this is a large hall and we just can't do without it. The University Village bond issue, we're going to have a conference call, we believe, in about a week to deal with that bond issue. But to explain to everyone here basically what we did, this is on our campus, we own the property, but it was a project that was done by another organization, Collegiate Development Corporation, and they basically own the property, but we ran it and managed it. What this does is we take this property over, it becomes our property, we manage it, and on it, we think we can do it more efficiently, and the Board of Trustees has authorized us to move ahead with that bond issue, and we'll have a conference call coming up in about a week. We have Michael Davis with us today. I think Dr. Berry will visit a little bit more about that, but this is really interesting. He's standing by a plaque there, was put in 1937, the Works Project Administration, and that is really interesting. We know it as the Greek Theater, and this is an MBE project, and we're real proud of that program and that project. I want to mention the band fundraiser. We're still trying to raise money to name the band hall in honor of Mr. Richard Oliver. Lawrence Beard, who's one of our graduates on the SAU Foundation Board, has been working very hard there. We're about to get there. We hope we'll make it soon and we can name that band hall. That fund then will go for an endowment for band equipment for the future. Horticulture Complex, Dr. Jeff Miller has been working on this very hard. This is really nice. My understanding is you'll be able to buy lettuce from SAU, organically grown lettuce. They're going to create quite a volume of it. We hope it'll be a hit. And this is one of the new greenhouses that we have. It's state-of-the-art in terms of the horticulture. Track is back. As many of you know, George Henry and Coach Rip Powell produced a number of really championship track teams back in the AIC days. Several years ago, because of budget considerations, and the condition of the track, we deleted the track program. We brought that back. We have got plans to renovate the track. Coach Tim Service has taken our cross-country program and taken it really to new heights. Last year we were second in the women and third in the men in the conference, which is very much improved over what we have. He has already recruited 23 new student athletes for the SAU track program for next year. Magnolia High School is going to allow us to go out and run on their track, so they're going to cooperate with us. So we believe these students are coming from all over everywhere. So I don't think these students, any of them, would be here if it was not for this program. So excited about that. I want to mention the softball bridge. Colonel Jasper Lewis designed this. He was a design professional on this. He did a great job. It is really nice. It runs from the strength training parking lot up to the softball field. We feel like that this is going to be a real nice addition. It also matches the alumni bridge, which looks so good. We also just got a $16,000 grant from the NCAA. Michael Westbrook helped us out with that quite a bit to hire an assistant ladies softball coach. And we feel like that's very important for Title IX to be sure we maintain parity there and give our softball program a needed shot in the arm. Now, look at what they did. For the first time in our history, we have won the NCAA conference tournaments and championships in softball and baseball. We've been winning in baseball for some time, but we also won it in softball. We both went to the regional tournaments, and I think they are reaching new levels of athletic competition. Plus, these teams both have really good academic backgrounds, so I'm very, very proud of them. The engineering program, this is a huge breakthrough for this part of the world. You know that. And what we have to do now is go to the next step, which is we have the program, we have the curriculum, and starting this fall, we're going to have additional facilities. This will enable us to add the mechanical engineering aspect to it in a big way. And you can see here we've got a big kickstart from Albemarle Corporation, because they have pledged to add an additional $60,000 to a fund they already have here, move it over to the College of Science and Engineering, and we'll have a $200,000 engineering professorship beginning this fall. So that's an exciting thing. And then we'll move on to the physical plant aspect of it, and I think then we're off and running. I want to take a look just quickly at the budget for next year. It's really fairly sizable when you look at the entire system budget. 52 million SAU Magnolia, 12 SAU Tech, you add fire training, environmental training, the SAU Tech Career Academy, almost getting close to $70 million. So it really has quite a footprint in this part of the world, over 500 employees, and we're very proud of the impact that we have, not only in students, but to the economic development of this area. I want to mention James Freeman. He is a 1971 graduate, and he was, I had just come here as a new faculty member, and he was here as an accounting major, so I got to know him there, and then later on he went to a big accounting firm in Little Rock, and Mr. Dillard happened to be doing business with that accounting firm, and caught sight of James Freeman, hired him at Dillard's, and he's been the CFO of Dillard for a number of years, quite successful. He's a member of the Mule Rider Society, big supporter of the university, so we're really tickled to have him fill the next seat there to replace Mr. Kent Sibley, who moved to Memphis. It's going to be quite exciting to have him on the board. So I think we've had a good year. I think more good things are to come, and it's kind of exciting to see. It's a very difficult environment for higher education, I will kid you not, but I think the potential there is very great. And I'm really excited about enrollment this fall. We don't know if it's going to be up, but some of the housing numbers on the campus and other indicators indicate we may have increase in system enrollment in the fall. We hope so.
Thank you, Dr.